Hello and welcome back to the Gilman video log. I didn't record a video last week. I really need to stop doing that. But it's been kind of crazy over the last 2 weeks trying to keep up with all my coursework. I did my test. I'm not sure how well I did. One of the things that I've noticed, at least with that class, is that I did not feel like I had the knowledge going into the course that was required to take it. Like there was some sort of prerequisite that they don't have, but that I feel like I needed. And I think that's one of the things that you need to consider when you go and do a study abroad or anything, is that sometimes there's a assumption of knowledge, and if you don't have that knowledge, or for example, the foundations of the course are based off of concepts that are just native to the country that you're in, or it's structured around knowledge that exists from the country that you're in, then it can be confusing. Sort of like if you were talking about government, and they could say that a government class has no prerequisite, but it's still a college government class. Well, if you've never been to the place where that government exists, it'd be quite confusing. I wouldn't expect that to apply as much to any environmental course, but I feel like in part that was the issue that I was having with this one. Anyways, I took the test, and I did not feel like I did well. Theoretically, I only need like 40% in the class to get a degree, because I'm pretty sure that you get credit with a D. Just nobody wants a D. You have to have at least a certain GPA to graduate, but it's not really an issue for me. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that I was quite confused, and it was kind of disappointing. Outside of that, I did get the grade for my first infographic back, and it was a B-, which again was a little bit disappointing, but I like to joke that I'm autistic, not artistic. I'm just not very artistically inclined, and as an assignment that is based loosely upon art, I just didn't do well. But that's okay. I mean, I've got my law school scholarship lined up, and not that I don't care about my grades, but I'm not worried that it will hinder my ability to be successful in the future, and I feel like that's what's most important. Outside of that, now that it's Sunday, the week after week 20, it's the end of teaching for me. My wife still has a summer course that she's doing, and there are tests in the summer, but they're not for a while now. At the end of this break, which is the month of April, is like an Easter break, I will be going and finishing my last piece of coursework before just exams are left to do, and so hopefully that turns out well. My plan for next week is to do some stuff to prepare for the break, because I plan on going to Germany and Scotland, but I have to have an electronic travel authorization for England to get back. Don't need it to go to Europe, though in the future that might not be the same case, but I don't need it right now to go to Europe, but I do need to get back into England. So I gotta make sure I get that filled out, and then I think this next video I'm going to do is going to go over one of the components of the Gilman Scholarship, one of the 3 essays, because I have a lot of time to make sure that that's really well established and to go over the work that I did. But yeah, another thing that I might touch on is the importance of just keeping your mental health put together, because while it's not like necessarily super challenging to be in a different country all the time, all the little differences can kind of add up and can be a little bit stressful. So, to keep that in mind. Also, you're away from a lot of support networks. Obviously, I have my wife, but there's a lot of other things that you take for granted back home you don't necessarily have here. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't go to classes for like the last, couple weeks. But it's because it's all recorded, and it didn't really seem worth it. I did watch all of the recorded lectures. I just didn't go to all the classes. And the international programs people, sent me some emails about that, wondering if I died or what have you. And not every place where you might go to study abroad will have those services. So while some do, and this school is one that has a lot of international students, does, just keep in mind that you gotta make sure that you're taking care of yourself, even if other people aren't bothering you about it. Yeah, well, I don't know. I hope I definitely get a video done next week. It's going to be one of the Gilman Scholarship videos about one of the specific essays. And I hope that everybody who's watching me is having a good time. You're welcome to ask me questions. I haven't got a lot of questions or advice. One of the advice that I did get was to do some video of outside of my room, which I did do the one tour of campus. And I plan on doing some more videos out in the city now that there's less people around, if I can. I'll try and do it. I just don't want to bother people too much, and there's some stuff about like recording people that aren't yourself that just, it's kind of rude. People just going out in public want to do their own thing. But if I get a good opportunity to do so, then I'll try and do a video in town, and I'll do some videos of traveling as I go to Germany and Scotland.